Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chapter 2 Club's Smart Woman's Guide to Breakups and Everything After. Today, I'm here with Judy Schoenberg and Linda Lautenberg, the co-founders of EvolveMe. EvolveMe is on a mission to advance women in mid-career. They work with groups of women in midlife looking to relaunch, reinvent, or level up their careers, and with companies invested in attracting and retaining top female talent. Judy is a career strategist and leadership expert for women in midlife career transition. And Linda is a return to work expert, women's career advancement strategist, and champion for all midlife career changers. Today, we're going to talk about the 3 steps to creating your best career vision. Welcome, Judy and Linda.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
Great to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Great to have you both. Let's jump right in.
So when we start working with women, a lot of times what'll happen is they'll want to be thinking about what their career vision is, and they want to start with their resume. And so we generally say, the first thing we ask them is, well, what do you want to do? And they're like, I don't know. So the first best thing to do is to just take a step back and really look on the inside and think about, what are your values? Think about some of the values. What's important to you in life? What do you like to do? What gives you flow? And not even just only thinking about, in past work life, but in your volunteer life, in your personal life. What do people come to you for? What do people ask you for help with? And we start working with women to start thinking about, their strengths, and not so much worrying about what skills they don't have, but think about all the things that they do have. A lot of times when we start working with women, they have been looking at job descriptions and they're getting discouraged because they say, well, I can do this, this, and this, but not these 3, right? So we like to really focus on bringing all your strengths to the table and starting from there. And then once you start to get a feel for what it is, what's important to you, what you're good at, what your strengths are, what you like to do. Then also you want to start thinking about how you like to work. Like, is remote working well for you? We want work to fit into our lives, not the other way around. So what do you need your day to kind of look like? Do you need to work at home? Do you want to be in the office 3 days a week? How does that work? So we really want to start taking a look at our whole life that way before we get wrapped up into, bulleting out a resume.
Great. Thanks, Linda. So that is a great explanation of, that self-discovery work, right? That inner work that you said is so important. And at EvolveMe, we see career reinvention, career transition, and midlife as an inside job, right? So that self-reflection work is so important before you do anything else. And then a lot of our work in the Reinvention Collective, our signature group training program, is done in groups in a cohort model, because we know the importance of actually getting feedback on some of your ideas and testing out your ideas with women who know you, right? Who know about your passions, your interests, your backgrounds. And so the second step to really creating your vision is, once you have, an idea of what you like to do, your values, how you want to do the work, then it's time to engage with other women. So maybe it's colleagues, former colleagues, maybe it's current colleagues, maybe it's a good friend, maybe you are in a group of supported women, like some of the groups that we run in the EvolveMe community, and start testing it out. So you want to share with them a draft of what you have, written out, and say, like, do you have any feedback for me? Does this resonate with you about what you know about me? Do you feel like this is consistent with other, things that I've done in my life? Does this seem like it's random? Like, or how do because a lot of career reinvention is about telling a coherent story and really coming up with a career story. So the more you start telling others what you're interested in, what you think your strengths are, how you want to apply them to new opportunities, the more clear that you get. So you develop further clarity around your vision when you start sharing it out and testing it with other people and getting that feedback. And we see feedback, as a gift. You don't have to take all the feedback. You don't have, because some people will say like, oh no, why don't you just stick with the law? You've invested so much in your legal career. You can take everything, you can with a grain of salt, right? You can choose what nuggets that you want to integrate into your transition, because some people are going to want to keep you in the box that you've always been in, right? So it's also important who you ask for feedback.
Yes.
So think about that.
But when you talk to other people in your immediate group, we like to call it like a personal board of advisors.
Yeah.
These women, and that's why we work with women in cohorts, they can also help you think bigger too, because sometimes we will limit ourselves and play a little small just because we're not confident, right? And so these groups of women can really boost us and help us think a little bigger. And then the third step then would be now to try micro experiments. We're not, it's a little scary to say, oh, well, I think, I'm a finance person, but I want to be marketing. So I'm going to quit my finance job and go to marketing. Like, you don't need to do that. There are all kinds of ways that, or if you've been on a career break and you're looking to head back into the workforce and you're not sure what you like yet. I know that was me. So there are all kinds of ways that you can micro experiment, either through volunteer organizations or, securing project work, where you can try something on for size and see if you like it. And then that can give you confidence, to take it a step further. Right, Judy?
Yeah. And one of the most important pieces on like trying things on, is really to think about what you want to contribute to the world, like what kind of problem you want to solve, who you want to be working with, thinking about owning your own value. Like, so many women come to us, and they're talented and accomplished and have success, in prior careers, but they are at a loss of like what value they have to contribute now. So, getting really clear, on your strengths, on your skills, and then thinking about like, okay, well, what does the world need from me? Right. That's what's going to get you closer to your vision. So when you start, looking for opportunities to try on, you're really clear about how you can contribute to solve, whatever problem it is, or how you can improve, a project or a role, or an industry, or, what your piece is, right? Because we all have our unique special sauce to bring out into the world, and having a career vision is going to get you closer to having that work that feels more aligned and more meaningful and more satisfying. And we have a great template for it to do this work. In our Reinvention Collective, we have a number of resources and exercises that really take you through the process.
Yeah, but one of the important, as Judy said, like sometimes, sometimes when you're asking a question, in the process of asking it, you start to answer yourself. So the important thing to remember is that this is a very iterative process. So nobody just decides, okay, today I'm going to sit down and I'm going to come up with my career vision. I'm going to figure out, I'm going to get clarity, and I'm going to do this today. It doesn't. It takes time, and it takes multiple conversations, and every conversation that you have, you get a little closer. And sometimes you're answering your own questions. Sometimes other people are giving you feedback and ideas. But as Judy said, the clearer that you get on, and it doesn't have to just be one path. You can come up with 2 or 3, but the more focused, as you focus it down, the more people can help you talk to the next right person and the next right person. And that's usually where the opportunities are. Like, the sending out resumes into the ether really doesn't work anymore for really anybody, but especially if you're re-entering or making a change. So again, the clearer you are, the more people can help you and help you talk to the next right person.
I love that. Yeah, there was definitely a period of time where I was just sending resumes out into the ether, and in the job that I was doing, in my 20s, and it's like, it's not really what I wanted to do or what I needed to do at this time in my, life. And I was like, what am I doing? It's like, I don't even want this job. I'm just doing it because I feel like it's the right thing to do, or someone else who was not supportive was telling me that that's what I needed to do. And
Right.
Yes, that's so often we take so much of our own story or our own worth from either people that we grew up with, or, just those around us. And it can really limit us. or
Yeah.
it can set expectations and make us think that we're supposed to want to do X, Y, Z, when really we don't want to at all. And we're just pleasing somebody else.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's why it's so important, to surround yourself with people who are also invested in their own growth,
Yeah.
in their own development, because you need kind of that momentum of others who are going through a similar, stage that you are, to keep you going and to lift you up, because there are going to be setbacks. As Linda said, this takes time, and it can be a roller coaster, right? And so it's great to have your vision as your North Star, but then when you actualize it, like, you need support and you need a community to really help you bring it, to life.
Much like the community that you've created here for women that are going through divorce.
With divorce,
So important.
and then Evolve Me with women transitioning back into the workforce. I love it. So, well, thank you both so much. This is wonderful information. You can find more information on our website at chapter2club.com. And I will also put evolveme.works links in below the video as well. And there was a free downloadable something special that you have to offer.
Yeah. So our website is evolveme.work, WORK. And if you want to head straight to our free download, it's evolveme.work/SWOT, SWOT. It's a SWOT analysis for your career.
Oh, great. I'll put that on the Chapter 2 Club website as well. So
wonderful.
Wonderful. Linda, Judy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Melanie. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.